super smooth. It's difficult sometimes in the wet to get a really quick impression of the bike, but on this one, yeah, I got really comfortable really quickly on it. The bars are a little bit too wide, so I ended up in this kind of odd position with my hands. It felt like my chest was much more wide open than it would be normally. But I couldn't really find too much to fault it. It goes along. It's competent. It feels stiff in the right places, and it's a really easy bike to enjoy. I enjoyed my time on it. There's a little bit of a wobble in the front somewhere. Maybe the tyre isn't quite on straight or something like that. It's a little bit distracting with those white lines. You sort of end up looking down at them a little bit and seeing the little wobble along.
I thought there was also a wobble, but it's just that the white lines aren't painted straight, so it gives a no, they're Schwalbe Trimo tyres. So it looks like when you're riding it, it looks like there is a big buckle or something, and you think that you can then feel something, but the tyre's running perfectly straight. Yeah. The bars, those Syntace bars I've used before, they do have quite an awkward shape to them where on the tops, but it actually kind of it works ergonomically, because that's sort of the top section. If you're climbing, the bars are tilted back towards you a little bit, which can work if your hands sort of will naturally sit in that position. Then with hands on the levers, that's a nice position on those bars, but the drops are, while they're shaped nicely for someone's hand shape like mine, they're just a little bit too long. They sweep back a bit too much towards you. The front end's a little bit too relaxed for me. It's got quite a tall head tube on it, which is sort of a common theme with a lot of the bikes at that price range, because it just means that it's going to suit a lot more riders a lot easier without having to do anything funky with the setup. So you can sort of have that pro look without necessarily having to run a super aggressive position.
Just coming off the Orbea with the Dura-Ace brakes. Okay, different brakes and different rims and different rims, which makes a difference in braking. The Orbea stopped really well. This one, sort of, I don't know, the combo of rim and brake pad didn't work quite to the same point. There's an interesting point is that we've got this driveway which we refer to quite often because it's steep, and today it's slippery, so I'm making sure that I'm climbing in the saddle on the Campione, the Orbea and the EMC, and definitely not the Specialized. The front wheel was coming up just with when you're putting power on, front wheel hops. So the Specialized was far more stable. It's just a little disconcerting, and by the same token, the Cube definitely did that. Yeah, and just these little, so maybe it could be short chain stays, or and just giving the, what do you call it, the sweet spot when you're trying to do a wheelie, pulling that forward and making it easier to mono.
I think it's just a much taller head tube, which brings your whole center of gravity back.
Yep, it's probably like, but I mean, by the same token, there were some wet climbs out on the road, and I'm out of the saddle, and some bikes sort of really some bikes were stickier. The Specialized, the women's one, the small one, was the back wheel didn't tend to drift like the others have. So the Cube, I haven't really specified. I'm comparing it more with the others, but again, it's difficult to say because it is a very big bike. But it's nice. Seemed rock solid in the centre. Didn't tend to drift or anything. It was nice and stable in corners. So yeah, I liked it. No reason to dislike it.
Yeah, least expensive bike in the test, and it doesn't feel cheap by any means. It doesn't miss out on much compared to the high-end models. Feels like it's a quality bike. Yeah, lovely ride quality. Feels light, feels comfortable, feels it definitely rolls well when you get it up to speed and accelerating. I'm not a huge fan of the compact gearing around here. For top of the riding we do, you find yourself in crossover gears far too often. It's just noisy and annoying. And this one's paired up with an 11 to 28 rear cassette, which looks like a big plate on the back. Right. So it's a bit much. Having a bunch of little little unnecessary stickers or features. I don't want to have features on the frame. I just want the brand, the model, and that's it. I'll work out the features from the catalog. Bar and stem's kind of an odd shape. It kind of sweeps back a little bit, down and then out. So I'm not, doesn't really work for me, but again, handlebars are kind of like shoe size. There's appropriate ones for everybody, so it's something you can easily upgrade down the track. And I definitely think that the frame is worthy of upgrades. It's a quality frame, so no reason you couldn't run it for a few years and slowly build it up to your dream bike.
It feels like a big version of the EMC. It's a larger frame, and it has the dull, sort of dampened feeling of the EMC. When you put the power down, you sort of feel like it takes a while to get going. It's like you don't feel sort of an instant acceleration like you would with some of the lighter bikes. The entire package is quite nice. The bars feel nice. The swept back angle of the bars is comfortable when you're up there, and I would say if you were climbing, it would feel quite nice. All in all, I think the Cube is a good package. It's designed to a price point, and I think they've done that well. There's nothing really that lets the side down.